Hello, it is me, Ruby, master of all trades. Lately, I've noticed a trend of influencers who proclaim body positivity and acceptance, but then the minute they get fame or money, they get plastic surgery, take forms of Ozempic, and go through different physical changes. Or they heavily edit their bodies in videos and photos posted online while claiming it's just lighting or posing. Typically, once this shift happens, it seems that they no longer want to speak about their body, how they achieved the changes, or why they decided to turn to plastic surgery or weight loss when it seemed like they had come to true body acceptance and self-love, or so they say. This is my second commentary video, and I have spent so long writing this script, so again, I apologize if I look like I'm looking at a script. I am. I'm still getting used to commentary videos and everything. Bear with me there. If you guys haven't seen me before, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe! I don't know, I'm a small little baby YouTuber, so I appreciate any of the love you guys can give, and of course, like my last video, if you have any constructive criticism, I am very, very open to it because I am very new at this. So let's go. Right off the bat, I do want to say I do not care what someone else decides to do with their body. It is theirs, and at the end of the day, I want everyone to use their free will. I am also very okay with people getting plastic surgery or losing weight, even if they are a body positive influencer. I don't care if you edit your photos either. I just think you need to mention what was edited for the sake of other people. For example, I would always edit one of my eyes like brown because I thought it was cute to have like one brown, one green eye. I thought that looked cool as fuck. Obviously not real. The internet is a huge facade, and I just think we are feeding into the monster the more we hide these kinds of things. I really just want to dissect this topic because I think it's very interesting. I'm not trying to make a point of what is or isn't okay. I want you guys to come to your own conclusion, and I'd love to hear what you think. Also, minor trigger warning for body talk, plastic surgery, weight loss, eating disorder. If any of that kind of stuff triggers you, please just skip this video. I'm sure there will be another one, or you can go check out some of my last videos. I have a lot of those too. But I will not be making mention of anyone's specific weight, and I will not be posting photos of people who confirmed they are struggling with an eating disorder at the time specifically, because that's just gross, and I think it's weird. I was unsure if I wanted to include specific influencers in this, because I don't want to incite hate or hateful behavior. Not that I really have the platform to do that, like, it's just me, baby. I think it's important to share real life scenarios so we can get a better understanding on how this plays out, but I will say please do not harass or go out of your way to be rude to any of these influencers. I am only looking into the single aspect of these influencers. I am not speaking on other past good or bad behavior, simply their place in this topic and how others have felt about their actions. I want to start with the influencer who made me want to look into this topic in the first place, and very much so sent me into an avalanche of thoughts and opinions. Claire Dow has been a huge advocate for flat-chested women. I wouldn't want to be anybody else. I remember seeing her reels on my Instagram timeline, and it was really nice to see another kind of body being normalized. I know how it feels when I see a creator with my body type embracing themselves fully. It was clear this meant a lot to other users, claiming how much she has helped them in their own self-love journey. I also need to mention most of her videos were her hyping up being flat-chested. It was her brand for a long time. Like, she really exclusively posted body positive content. I just need you to realize that was like literally all she posted. She really went hard in this genre, and it's not hard to scroll back on her page to find it. Like, it's not that far back that she was doing body positive content, and it was basically all she was doing. But more recently, she has literally gotten a boob job. Oh no, it's a cultural divide. I'm gonna get it on the floor. You really about to do it? 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than music. You really about to do it? Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. Then get on it like that. Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like, bow. Mustard on that beat, bro. It's interesting because I think most of her fans or critics just want to know why she did this. Yes, she can totally do it for herself, but then why make all the flat chest positivity to turn around and get surgery for it? It seems like her prior content is just extremely disingenuous if she genuinely loved herself in the first place. If you love yourself, do you really want to change yourself? Do you feel the need to get surgery to change your favorite part of your body, which is what she called it? Are you able to be body positive while saving up for plastic surgery? She ended up coming out to say she did this for fun. I don't know what kind of world we live in where people think getting surgeries is fun. First of all, expensive. Second of all, I think this is really odd. I think this is really odd and this shouldn't be the way we look at ourselves. Her reaction to people finding out felt really out of touch. But honestly, we should have seen this coming. She has made really weird videos in reference to how she stays skinny, but when you look deeper into it, it really just sounds like eating disorder habits, and it feels like she's just teaching people how to starve themselves easier. I just don't know why anybody would post stuff like this without the proper knowledge or education. I know personally I am trying to eat healthier at this point in my life, and I really don't want to share any of my diet online to keep from spreading false information if I'm doing something wrong that could harm someone. Because if I harm myself, that's one thing, but I don't want to harm someone else. You know, I want to keep that from happening. Maybe I'm being over dramatic, but I genuinely care about other people's well-being. The way Clara was so low-key about the surgery was insane to me. Surgeries are very serious things that can cause a lot of downsides. People get botched surgery all the time, and I feel like it's treated as an easy way to fix something you're insecure about. And with TikTok, it's so easy to find a new thing to hate about yourself every day. And the way influencers flock to plastic surgery is really a lot to take in. And again, it's expensive.
You people have too much money.
While I myself am not against plastic surgery, I do think it's important to acknowledge its glamorization and romanticization in current media. That was hard to say. It seems very rare that people share bad experiences with surgery or talk about the recovery being difficult. For one, if you didn't know, BBLs are the deadliest procedure in plastic surgery. Another Instagrammer I follow, PinupPixieTM, went through a very difficult recovery from a BBL, experiencing sepsis from an infection that was festering in one of her cheeks.
I don't like putting chemicals in the water that turns the freaking frogs gay. Do you understand me? Turn the freaking frogs gay. Bow.
Is it bad if I say LOL at the end of that? Like, sepsis is very serious, but cheeks? One of your cheeks? I actually really appreciated her being as open as she was going through this, not hiding the awful experience she had with this surgery. She did keep some details to herself, which makes sense, but I do appreciate her saying something in the first place. Moving forward, I just think some younger people are too quick to turn to surgeries without understanding the possible side effects, healing process, and mental strain this can have on a person. Two influencers who were open about getting plastic surgery are twins Nikki and Gabby. They also got a lot of intense beauty treatments like lip filler, body sculpting, Botox, threading, and other related treatments. I remember watching them get these procedures when I was younger, and it had an effect on me. Like, I literally started looking into places nearby that could make my nose smaller or hide the fact that I have like a very soft chin, and you can see my double chin a lot of the time. Get fucking lip filler. It seemed like it was such an easy like thing to do, you know what I mean? I know that they aren't really in the body positive sphere, but I wanted to bring them up because of how much they share about this aspect of their life. Gabby specifically had an immense amount of work done, and it's kind of crazy to me. As much as I wish we were in The Sims and could change how we look from day to day, it really seemed like she was living that reality. I don't really keep up with them, so I don't know if this is something I made up, but I remember both of them talking about regretting a lot of what they had done, saying that they really didn't think it through. And I know Gabby has straight up said she was addicted to getting cosmetic surgery, which is literally insane to me. Despite talking about regretting plastic surgery, they still get a lot of cosmetic procedures done and have continued to openly get Botox, which kind of feels weird now given their past videos and statements on like cosmetic things. I feel like getting plastic surgery has become way too normalized, and a lot of people go into it really unaware of what they could be getting themselves into, and they may not realize until it's too late. And it isn't always something that can be reversed easily and for free. So it's like even more money to fix if you try like, you're gonna have to pay more money after you already paid so much money for the surgery you wanted in the first place, and then to get it, like, removed or whatever the fuck they can do. Anyways, just an expensive process. I also hate how normalized getting expensive non-invasive beauty treatments are, because your average person cannot afford that. Us normies or normal people, normal everyday people, can't justify getting these treatments done because they're expensive as hell. And some influencers are literally getting weekly facials, body fat treatments, injectables, and more, but don't consider it as serious since it's not as damaging or as invasive as a full plastic surgery. But I do think it's something that influencers should still be open about, because getting a facial once a week, like, that, your face is gonna look very nice, you know? Like, you're not gonna have all these breakouts because you're gonna get it, like, professionally treated. You know, there's just so many little things that, like, oh, why isn't my skin always as clear as this person's? It's because they literally go get facials weekly and have expensive ass products, you know? I do hope influencers continue to be open about this, but I'm not sure if there's a good way to go about this, without affecting at least some of their audience negatively. Sometimes I do think we just need to pull back and realize that these are strangers on the internet who truly owe us nothing, but I'd hope people cared a little more about how they affect the people consuming their content and the people who are giving them a platform and the ability to do all of this. Do you think that influencers owe you an explanation when they get surgeries or procedures done? I am torn on this. On one hand, if your whole brand is being body positive, I think it's an important conversation to have in the case of plastic surgery. I think it's especially odd if you have claimed to love that part of yourself in the past. If you've always been open about an insecurity and get it fixed, I feel like a lot of people tend to be more accepting of this. I think it's also important to note that in my own personal life, I have a fake it till you make it mentality on trying to love myself. I deal with a lot of insecurities, one of which being my tummy, which I have openly shared about online before. I try to change my inner dialogue and thoughts by saying things like, oh, like my tummy is cute, like having a chubby tummy is cute, and it's beautiful and it can be sexy.
I just wanna go all night, I just wanna go insane. Attention, summer rain, hotter than the bluest flame, hotter than the bluest flame. My mind, my brain.
I may not 100% believe that about my own stomach. If I had intentions of getting rid of it via surgery, I don't think I would have ever shared my insecurity publicly, and also wouldn't be trying to make content off of the thing I'm trying to get rid of. I don't know, like that just feels weird. And then I feel like, at least in my mind, I just think about the people who also have tummies and then would see me saying, wow, having a tummy is great, and then they follow me, and then all of a sudden I have like a tummy tuck. I don't really know what one does what. That would just make me feel bad, because I'd be like, damn, like, did they really like their tummy, or were they just trying to like make a community off of it, make money, and then get a surgery? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. And also, I know I don't really have much of an audience, but thought insight from someone who doesn't have an audience to pander to could be helpful. Moving on from plastic surgery, I want to talk about weight loss as a body positive creator. I do think it's really important to mention that weight loss can be caused by a plethora of things: stress levels, food, movement, weather, mental health, meds, health changes, and literally so much more. I feel like there's less of a reason to explain why somebody lost weight. I feel that a lot of people jump to conclusions without thinking of the repercussions of what the influencer may be dealing with off camera. One influencer who I follow, who posts outfit reels and is generally body positive and preaches lots of self-love, is Subversive Socialite. She was actually called out for losing weight by a commenter. She then came out to share that she has not intentionally been losing weight.
I know you're saying that I don't owe you an explanation, but you are simultaneously demanding it, so let's talk about it. Let me be very clear. I am not on a weight loss journey. I never will be. I don't even own a scale because I think they are evil, and I am not interested in measuring my self-worth in numbers. I also think that any changes to my body have been fucking negligible, and I will prove it to you. Photo is from 1 year ago, and I think I look exactly the same. You'll recall, December was also the time that I said I wanted to increase my strength and flexibility so I could learn aerial circus arts.
She says she just started working out regularly and added more movement into her day, which was the cause of any body changes. I think she brings up this side of the topic that concerns me. Why do we care so much about small body changes an influencer has? I feel like in the last 5 years, I have gained and lost so much weight. Honestly, I just don't want to talk about it because it's personal to me. I can't imagine having to explain that to an audience demanding answers. Another influencer that I follow, Jessie Page, has struggled with anorexia, and this was all captured online. She came out about this when she began to recover. This was all heavily documented through her social media pages, and she made lots of body positive content regarding her recovery. She focused a lot on showing off her curves and sharing her joy and positives of recovery, but more recently she has lost some weight, leading to her audience believing she was sick again. She did come out and explain what she was going through, and even mentioned how she understood why people were worried or concerned, which I thought was really cool that she was at least showing awareness.
I thought I would address this comment because it has 12,000 likes and it's super personal to me. Also, if you're new to my page, for context, I recovered from Anna of the Rex of the 5 years ago. I addressed this on YouTube, but I thought I'd address it on here as well because, like, these are big words that are being used. So first off, I'm never gonna get mad at anyone for feeling concern. Obviously, I've struggled really publicly with the eating disorder with the highest mortality rate. Like, I get it. I get being so concerned and worried. However, I've gotten so many comments that are just downright mean, blaming me, treating me like I'm not a human being with feelings. I ask you, please just be kinder to me. Okay, love you all. Bye.
I feel bad for her though, because it seemed like she really didn't want to have to share this, because her weight loss has caused her a lot of stress. She mentions she doesn't even own a scale anymore and doesn't want to know how much she has. It was nice to see that she opened up about it despite seeming a little unhappy with the situation. Sometimes I just feel like influencers act so unaware of things said about them online, and I know sometimes you need to just ignore things to keep peace, but there are some situations that I feel like are strange to not bring up at a certain point. Weight loss and weight gain are difficult topics, and I want to say that I understand taking an influencer's weight loss personally. I have followed a few chubbier influencers who had similar body types to me, and I felt so happy and at peace that there was someone out there like me who loved themselves. It made it feel more approachable and more attainable, I guess. Then when that person loses weight, they get so many compliments, and it almost feels like a personal dig, where they lying the whole time, and then all the comments are always saying like, oh, you look so much better, you look so good, and it feels so personal because like that's what I look like right now. I know this is a very narcissistic way to feel, but I do want to acknowledge this to an extent. Although I think that as people consuming this media, we need to keep this shit to ourselves. These influencers do not know us. It isn't helpful and genuinely is something you need to work on. Your body positivity shouldn't exist because of a stranger online. I know it can be a good and easy place to start, but you do need to put the work into loving yourself. I do also think it's important not to celebrate someone's weight loss without some context, because it isn't always intentional or something to be praised. I know there were a few times where I had literally been starving myself, and those comments of praise are literally gut-wrenching. I even got that comment once at the doctor, and they're like, oh, how did you lose weight? And I was like, I starved myself, and they were just like, oh. I couldn't find myself lying. I don't know, maybe I should have, but I was kind of annoyed and I wanted them to feel bad. A body positive influencer that comes to mind is Brooklyn XO. I first found her on TikTok, and she gained a massive following for posting body positive content. She would often post dance videos and make it a point for her stomach to be on full display, trying to enhance it. She even mentioned trying to rile people up with this. In reality, she was just chubby and didn't have a flat stomach, and this was honestly crazy to see at the time.
It's cuffing season and all the girls be needing, need a big boy. Big boy, oh, give me a big boy.
I know it definitely impacted the way I saw my body. I have always had a tummy. Even when I was at my fittest, healthiest, I had extra chub there, and I thought something was wrong with me until I saw videos like this, which were pretty rare at the time. More recently, she has gone on a fitness journey, which she stated she just wanted to treat her body better, and the weight loss wasn't coming from hatred. She still says she loves herself and her past self and has always felt very confident, but she has made a video addressing it, which was nice to hear where she was coming from, and mostly it seemed like people were just rooting for her, happy that she was trying to be healthier. I think it's really cool to see influencers talking about going to the gym as a hobby more so than a tool for weight loss or change. I personally am really into going to the gym too, because it genuinely makes a huge impact on my energy throughout the entirety of my day. I have POTS, and the gym really helps my daily symptoms immensely. I know some people with POTS cannot go to the gym, but like, I need it. I fucking need it. Brooklyn mentions that she was actually scared to even go to the gym, feeling like it would be a very hateful place toward her because of the comments she received online. I think this is a really good point to bring up too. Commenting hate on someone's video because you think they're fat or unhealthy can cause even worse damage to a community. At the end of the day, we do not know who is or isn't healthy based on appearance, and shaming someone into going to the gym is probably not going to end up with them going to the gym. Influencer Michaela Noguera is another interesting person to bring to the conversation. She is very known for editing her photos and videos, posting about body positivity, and being public about trying to lose weight. I think it's very evident that she does heavily edit her videos and photos, but the part about it that bothers me is that she always just claims it's lighting or posing when you can literally see the filter around her like glitching off of her face. I never really cared if people edited their photos so long as they're being upfront about it. Not to mention she keeps claiming to be losing weight, but looking at candid photos of her, you can tell how much she skews the way she's being perceived online. And just to make this very clear, there's nothing wrong with her real body or any pictures of her like out in public. They do look very different from what she posts, but she's still beautiful. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and shame someone. I do also want to mention that it is okay to look worse in a photo someone else takes of you out in the wild, and there's nothing wrong with either photo. And there are just a lot of odd inconsistencies that have happened over the years, and she always just denies or ignores these claims. I'm not super caught up in all her drama with editing her content, so I'm gonna leave it at that. That's all I want to get into with that. I feel like Ozempic was a huge turning point for body positivity. I think it's such an insane switch up from people claiming to be happy with themselves, finding an easy way to lose weight, losing that weight, and completely dropping their previous identity. I do want to mention that I have been recently trying to talk to a nutritionist or someone who could help with kind of figuring out what I should be eating with how I'm working out, because I never know if I'm eating too much or too little, and I obviously don't want to do either. And I was referred to some clinic, and like the only thing they do to help you with nutrition is like put you on Ozempic basically, or other versions of Ozempic, which I think is insane. I don't want to lose a fuck ton of weight. I just want to eat better for my body and like eat the right amount of food. But then I was referred to go on Ozempic basically, or that's what they're probably gonna try to give to me. It really seemed like people did not want to put in effort to lose weight, and once an easy alternative came out, every influencer and their mom was on Ozempic. I genuinely think some people were only being body positive because it got them views and money. I know I follow some amazing body positive influencers on Instagram who are genuinely making a positive change in the online space and aren't constantly trying to lose weight or diet. It feels like Ozempic really made people show their true colors in this space, and it made it more difficult to trust that any of these influencers actually cared about the people they were affecting in real life. I need to bring up one last person as we near the end of this video. Someone I really wasn't expecting in this body positive to Ozempic pipeline, Megan fucking Trainor. I am gonna be honest, I feel like such an asshole. I never liked her. I don't know her personally, but I always felt her vibe wasn't genuine. I am all for body positivity, but I felt like her song All About That Bass was just really mean to women who were skinny or had gotten plastic surgery, with lyrics like, "You know I won't be no stick figure silicone Barbie doll," as well as statements about men preferring more booty to hold at night. Why do we care about what men think? And also, I just hate when someone's body positivity is based around bringing down other bodies. Like, I hate that shit. I hate it so much, because we can all be pretty and all have different body types. All of us. Every single one of us. And just because I am gonna say, wow, I'm such a hottie, it doesn't mean that someone who's smaller than me is not a hottie. They're also a hottie. We can both consecutively be hotties. You know what I mean? She also had a line that went, "Yeah, it's pretty clear I ain't no size 2, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do." But flash forward to this year, Meghan Trainor is now a size 2 with fake boobs, having to literally change her lyrics to, "Yeah, it's pretty clear I got some new boobs," or I got some new boobs, fake boobs, I don't remember. I genuinely don't know what to say about this. This literally gagged me. I was so surprised. Girl went on Manjaro, which is just insane to me. Again, I really wouldn't have cared about this unless she was such an advocate for curvy women and also shat on skinny people all the time. I do want to take the time to mention some body positive influencers I genuinely enjoy following and feel like are genuinely genuine. Subversive Socialite, Maya Carter, love Jessica Blair, Loey which literally Loey follows me on Instagram, guys. Oh my god. Okay. Victoria Shaz, Jessie Page, Tia Yanam, Ariel Anisa, Meg Boggs, and I'm noticing this list of body positive influencers is really small, and I would love for y'all to comment below some of your faves so I can follow them too. I genuinely want to hear your thoughts on this because I think this topic is so interesting, and there's so many layers of nuance that are worth discussing, especially with the current state of TikTok, or should I say skinny talk. There are lots of signs that the body positive movement in general is coming to a halt as more and more people turn back to the early 2000s heroin chic aesthetic. There was even a video of an influencer saying people who are 200 plus pounds should not take Pilates and that Pilates instructors need to be slim with no belly fat. What? And I know some influencers are making videos being like, my outfit is that I'm skinny, or my accessory is that I'm skinny. Should this even be something we care about in the first place? Is there any right way to navigate being an influencer, getting plastic surgery, being positivity, or trying to treat yourself better? I don't know. I just know how much this can affect someone growing up with the internet and speaking from personal experience. And that is all I have for this video. I feel like I could have made it a lot longer, but I wanted it to not be too dragged on. But I could definitely go more into this topic about influencers just being weird. There's so many weird ass influencers out there. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, you could like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe, perhaps. I had a really good time writing this script. and doing the research for it and just trying to put together my own thoughts and opinions. But yeah, I would love to hear y'all's. I would really love to hear your opinion. So if you have one, comment it down below. And also follow me on all my other social medias. They will all be linked down below in the description box. I also will have all of the influencers I mentioned also down in the description box, so you can very easily follow them. Okay, that is all. And I don't know how to end a video ever, so that is all.